Arsenal are back in the Champions League and we just beat Athletic Club 2-0. Martinelli and Trossard got the goals, but this win was much more than just the scoreline. Let's get into the reaction. Welcome back to All About Arsenal. Yesterday evening, we made our historic return back to the UEFA Champions League. Yeah, for those that forgot, or if you're living under a rock without any access to internet or cable TV, we were the semi-finalists last season, losing out to PSG, who were the eventual winners. But obviously, we had a new adventure this campaign, and it started with a visit to the San Mamés Stadium to take on Athletic Club. I did a watch along yesterday. You can see it here. I'm very grateful to everyone that was part of it. At the end of 90 minutes, Arsenal won the game 2-0. So let's get into it. In all honesty, I expected Arsenal to make some changes to the Champions League squad, but manager Mikel Arteta decided to use the same squad that whooped Nottingham Forest. David Raya remained in goal. Busquera played alongside Gabriel. Yes, we know that Saliba is back to full fitness, but I think we want to probably keep him for the Manchester City game. It was good to see someone like Busquera play consistently, bearing in mind that we have the confidence and trust in him. Of course, Ben White was still suffering some injuries and niggles, so Julian Timber was the undisputed person to play on the right-hand side. I was thinking that Martinelli Kelly would get a start this time, but the manager still stuck with Ricardo Calafiori, which is still a good option because obviously he's Arsenal's player of the month, one of our most improved players as well. In midfield, it was confirmed in the press conference that our captain, Martin Odegaard, was not going to travel with the team. So Arteta opted to use Mikel Merino from the start rather than Ethan Nwaneri, who came in as a sub for Odegaard in the game against Nottingham. I could understand the sentiment behind that move. Merino is a backs guy. Obviously, when in his time in Real Sociedad, he played a lot of games against Athletic Club. And of course, he's coming back from that 4-goal haul for Spain. So it was good to see him rewarded with another start. Obviously, his partners were Declan Rice and Martin Zubimendi, who was also a backsman. In attack, we played the same front three that wreaked havoc against Nottingham Forest, with Vitor Gyökeres leading the line alongside Eberechi Eze and Onemadueke, who were making their Champions League debuts. Our hosts, Athletic Club, had the usual folks, Unai Simon in goal. Unai Simon is the same goalkeeper that actually bends David Raya in the national team. In defense, they had Dani Vivian and Paredes. Of course, I remember Bechichi, who had a very torrid time against us in the Emirates Cup. But this time, Adam Adoiro played at the left back slot, while Guru Sabel was the right back. Guru Sabel had a very, very important block in the game. In midfield, we had Verga and Juaregiza. Of course, we heard the news that Nico Williams, the star player, was injured, but he had a muscle injury or thereabout. So Robert Navarro came in to play for him, while his elder brother, Iñaki Williams, played on the right. Oyan Sanset played in the middle, and Balaguer was the attacker. The game was relatively poised, with the first half ending at 0-0. Arsenal had 0.31 XG at the end of the first half, while Athletic Club had 0.30 XG thereabout. But as the game continued to progress, Mikel Arteta made two inspired substitutions, taking out Vitor Gyökeres, who suffered an injury after he bump of head with Gabriel, to be replaced by Leandro Trossard. That move also allowed Mikel Merino to move further up the pitch, and Eberechi Eze was replaced by Gabriel Martinelli. Just moments after replacing Eze, Martinelli scored a goal that's going to be a massive boost to his confidence. The ball was, I think it was cleared by Zubimendi won the ball further up the pitch, and it was cleared towards the Arsenal area. Then I think Julian Timber nodded the ball back into the danger area, and Leandro Trossard showed great awareness to ding the ball over the defensive line to Martinelli. And boy, did this guy use his bag of pace to evade his marker, pick the spot, and place it under the goalkeeper. And that's what we should expect from Martinelli. I'm thinking that maybe we should start playing him as a striker, because when he plays as a striker, his face is always up. He doesn't look at the ground. This was basically akin to the goal he scored against Real Madrid last season, the one that he plays the ball past Courtois. used his pace to evade his marker, picked his spot and scored. I was very happy for Martinelli. This was a goal that he needed. His confidence had been low in recent times. He has also lost his place in the squad to Iberichi Eze. So to come in as a sub and score that goal must have done wonders to his confidence. And of course, that was good for the team as well because Arsenal were one goal up. Martinelli then turned from scorer to provider when he actually went past his marker. Like, I can't remember last time Martinelli actually dribbled his opponent, if I'm being honest. But, he got the ball on the left-hand side, evaded his marker, cut into the byline, and did a cutback for Leandro Trossard. Knowing Trossard, he should have shot the ball initially, but he kind of dallied a bit, picked his spot, and fired a shot that deflected off the defender and clipped the post before going in. Yeah, then he gave us his, eyeline celebration. Then the Trossard is a clutch player. I'm so happy that we did not sell him to Turkey. I know you were Besiktas or so, or Fenerbahce or so, were linked with the move for him and all that, with him having 2 years left on his deal. But he is someone that has shown time and time without number that he's a reliable squad player. Came in as a sub, scored a very important goal, and that basically killed the contest. One thing I love about Trossard is how he gives Arteta flexibility in attack. We know he's very versatile. He can play as a centre forward in the false nine position, or he goes primarily from the left. He can also play in attacking midfield. So bringing him for Gyökeres will actually give us some dynamism in attack because him and Merino kept on switching, and that's how the goal came through. Moving to my player ratings, David Raya, he gets a 7. He made some vital saves in the course of the game, despite the fact that he was relatively untested. But the chances that Athletic Club had against him, he was able to save the ball. Julian Timber was a monster at the back again, as expected. I think that guy is just something else. I was very relishing the prospect of him playing along against Nico Williams, but that didn't happen. However, Timber had a very great game. On the left-hand side, Calafiori did well, showing his fitness, and of course, Miles Lewis Kelly will be itching to get an opportunity to come back into the squad. But right now, Calafiori is playing at the top of his game. In the middle, of course, it was Gabriel and Mosquera. They both get a 7. Great understanding between both players. Mosquera is just amazing with his passing game. I'm really very happy to see the recruitment that we did this summer. He's one of the best signings we actually had, despite being very cheap. He gets a 7. Gabriel, of course, as always, gets a 7 as well, even though he had a moment where he gifted the ball to the position but did well to react. Mikel Merino didn't really impress too much. He even had an injury at some point in the game, but he was able to finish the entire match. Zubimendi, steady as always in the back, playing like the single pivot, dropping deep to receive the ball and progressing the play as quickly as possible. I really loved it about him. Declan Rice was his usual self, being industrious in midfield, moving around, spraying some passes, and of course he has some beautiful dead balls. It was a very, very lovely free kick that he swung in that led to the clash of heads between Gyökeres and Gabriel. In attack, when Madueke was going into a couple of cul-de-sacs, he had, he didn't build on the amazing performance he put against Nottingham Forest. But I enjoyed the moments when he had a nutmeg on the Bilbao defender. But he had a decent game, but not as well as expected. The Gyökeres had 2 good chances. A big chance when he had a flying header that went wide. His first goal for Arsenal was also a header against Athletic Club. So that would have been a nice deja vu, but that didn't happen. And of course, Iberichi also had a very decent game, 7 for me. To the substitutes, Arteta did very well, reading the game well, taking out Gyökeres because after that head injury, he didn't seem like the same player again. He kind of struggled a bit and he was subbed out for Trossard. And of course, Martinelli came on as a sub for Eze and played very well as well. We also saw 2 new debuts. Piero Hincapié made his Arsenal debut late in the game as a sub for Calafiori, playing as a left back. And we also had Christian Nogard who came on as a sub for Donny Madueke, and I really loved the tactical tweak when Nogard came in. So we had Timber, Hincapié, Gabriel, and Mosquera at the back line. When Nogard came in, he played a double pivot with Zubimendi, and Rice was in front of them. This allowed Martinelli to go to the right, Trossard to the left, and Merino in attack. That unpredictability just made me go nuts. Like, whoa, Arsenal is gonna cook this season. This game state will determine how Arteta wants to play, and I'm very happy about that. So it's good to see Noga come and play his Arsenal first Arsenal game after starting the season with some kind of injury that we're not aware of. I'm so happy about that. Yeah, so obviously this means a lot. We could see how Arsenal controlled the midfield, how we showed our defensive solidity with yet another clean sheet, and Arteta's tactics. They were top notch this time. Made the substitutions in the right time, got in the players he needed to bring into the team, and everything changed. This also gave us some momentum, starting the Champions League campaign with 3 points, which is important. The other games we still have to play, we still have 7 matches. Olympiacos, Atletico Madrid, Club Brugge, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, Kairat Almaty, you know. So it was good to get some points on the board. This is going to be a confidence boost for the team ahead of the Sunday clash against Manchester City. And it's always good to see the Champions League song played, and this was a statement win for Arsenal. San Mamés is a very, very fair ground where Athletic Club has been doing very well, but Arsenal came in there and ran them ragged pretty much. So our next opponents are Manchester City. We'll be taking them on in the very last Premier League fixture on Sunday. So between now and the game against Manchester City on Sunday, there'll be so much more content on all about Arsenal. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Really happy to go past the 100 subscriber mark. And the next aim is 500. And of course, we can do that with your help. So what did you guys think about the game? I'm very happy that we got 3 points on the board. Went into the San Mamés, played well, no injuries, of course, most importantly. It was really fun to see how the Arsenal played, and I really, really enjoyed the watch along. I'm looking forward to doing more watch alongs in the future. But please click on this video to view the watch along just to see how it panned out. So till then, come on, you gunners.